Welcome back to the European Journeyman. This is episode 2 of the Energetic Minsk Belarusian Revolution. Since you last left us, we've been very good. All the new boys are seemingly working much better together. So obviously we got knocked out of the cup, but we've won 4 out of our 5 league games, scoring plenty. We have conceded a couple, but we've started to work on that a little bit. We did beat Bumprom. Great name, 5-3. We did lose 3-1 to Bobrusk, who were second in the league, to be fair, so not too bad. We then beat a couple more teams, including Maxline, who were obviously one of the teams that we rejected when we were doing our job hunting. So we did a good decision. That does put us 5th, so we are 5 points behind Volnopinsk. Obviously, that is a playoff place. We are massively overachieving, so we're doing really well. And then in today's episode, we've got Slonim, who are down in 16th, and then we're away to Lida, who are 4th. So if we can beat Slonim and Lida, we'll definitely be 4th. We could even potentially be 3rd if they drop points, if they lost both games. But we will be much closer to the playoff place, and that's where we need to aim for, because we want to try and get promotion. There's no point not at this point. We're doing really well. We are cooking. The boys are looking much better, and let's get into our first game. So we have got Slonim in the league. This is the team that we're going with. We've got Veretinsky in goal, a back four of Roshev, Borisovich, Shubovich and Devya Terikov, Galyata and Agiv in midfield, Sigersky, Shusha, Zerko and Gusev up top. Tell you what, Kirill Gusev, he's been a little bit of a gunman, 5-5, the big boy, 6'4" he is. He's got a few with his feet as well. Zherko has been doing quite well, actually. He's come into the side after an injury to Chataruk. He got injured in the second game, so we really haven't seen much of him. I think he might have actually got injured in the first game. So Zherko's come in, who is leaving at the end of the season. A couple of the boys are leaving at the end of the season. If we just go into the squad viewer, as you can see, pretty much most of the bench are leaving at the end of their contract in December 2023. So, yeah, when we get to the end of the season, we'll obviously go and do the wheel. So, after the 19th, last game of the season. So, I've decided that's what I'm going to do for the wheel. So, basically, whatever the last game of the season is at the club that I'm at, that's where we'd obviously add some leagues in. So, say, for example, if we wanted to add in, I don't know, we're not going to add in England, but let's say we did, then obviously we would add them in and then they would become playable in June 2024. So, there would be about a 6-month period where we couldn't actually play there. Because obviously the different start dates of the countries. But that's just the way it has to be done. But this is the team we're going for. Gusev did pick up a little bit of a knock, but he should be fine to play. We are playing 16th, so theoretically you'd like to think we're going to win this game. But you never know. You never quite know. Obviously it is still early days. We should be winning this. It is still early days. I did notice attendances are pretty poor at this level. I think we only got about 300 odd. But we do pick up the ball. No, we don't. For some reason, I thought we were in yellow. We're not. We actually play in blue and white, weirdly enough. Veretinsky with a very good save. He's been very, very poor, I'll be honest with you. The goalkeeper's been awful. I've seen some very poor goals let in. But he's actually done really well there, because it was actually quite a decent chance for Slonim, who are actually almost fighting they're fighting relegation, so they really do have a lot to play for. So do we, though, and we definitely want to be beating a team all the way down in second bottom. It is a weird number of teams, 17. Who thinks of that? Who thinks, that'll do? I guess with the one team that can't get promoted, it's really 16 teams, and also having one team that can't get promoted, it just doesn't make any sense for me. This league is a weird league, and we want to get out of it. We want to get up. I think the main thing is we want to get promoted just so we can bring players in that aren't Belarusian, because it's so limiting. It's still pretty limited in the top league. So it's 8 in the squad, but 4 in the match day 11. It's either the match day squad or the 11. I think it's the playing 11. So you could have 4 on the bench and 4 in the team. Which is, that's a little bit awkward. But I've seen a lot of efforts of very close overhead kicks. I've yet to see one go in, and I thought Sigersky was going to be the first one. Unfortunately, it isn't. And we do go in the half-time 0-0. I mean, we haven't really seen much of anything from anyone, so we will tell them to put their ideas up. I'll be honest, the bench is terrible. I've not even been bringing players on. we don't have good players. It does seem like you can't just sign players on freeze at any point in the season and bring them in. It has to be in the registered windows, so we are a little bit limited. But Zerko with a good ball in. Zagurski gets there, and he does get the goal. Petr Zagurski gets us the goal that makes it Energetik Minsk 1, Slonim 0. Again, with the European Journeyman. Please bear with the pronunciations. That does put us up to 4th, just 2 points behind Volnopinsk, but obviously those two teams do have a game in hand. Zerko now, ball into Big Gusev, and he's done really well to get there. It's a pretty poor save, really. Should probably just be grabbing that, but the quality at this level is quite bad. I thought that was going in there. It does hit the other side of the post though and goes wide. The Slonim goalkeeper plays a ball up, but it's pretty poor, and Big Gusev wins it. They try and play it forward. It's just a bit of head tennis now. Gusev knocks it down to Zagurski, the goal scorer. Agiv looks for an option, finds some forward players, but we are forced back. We're moving the ball much better than we did originally. That's just a big ball up. I'm saying that. We've just absolutely launched it up. But we're winning the ball back really well. They are taken to this gegenpressing system. Zerko on the left-hand side, trying to do something clever. Can't really. But he's picked it up, and he could have an effort on goal here. He does. Unfortunately, it's off target. I think if that's on target, that goes in, because he hit that with some venom. He really did. But we are looking much more comfortable, I think, on the ball. It was one thing that was quite poor in the first couple of games we saw. We just didn't move it well at all. And I think, we've brought in some improved quality to the side, and I think that's had an effect. Obviously, we are more comfortable playing in this side. Our match fitness is up with all the new boys. We're looking much better. We haven't absolutely smashed these, and I thought we would. But Roshev plays it in. Susha hits the post. It falls to Zerko, though, who follows up with a lovely effort. And it does make it 2-0, and that's more what we want to be seeing. We want to see a nice comfortable win against a very poor side in the league. But hopefully Lida and Pinsk will drop points. Molodechno are there as well, not too far behind. We will make a change. This is probably one of the only substitutions I have been doing. Savchenko on. Roshev just doesn't have the fitness to play a full 90. Even though he's got 14 natural fitness, for some reason he gets absolutely pagged. We must be asking a lot of him getting up and down that side. Savchenko's a centre-back, really, but he's done a decent job when he's came on at right back. The ball does fall to... Yeah, I thought he was offside. I don't think there's VAR at this level. So it's very much just the linesman's opinion, which I much prefer. I hate VAR in real life. I'd much rather just leave it to the linesman. But there you go. Agiv plays it to Zerko, who, like I say, he's done quite well since he's come into the side. I mean, he's not done well there. He's lost the ball, and it does give Slonim a chance to very slowly make their way up the pitch. I mean, that is just so poor. Thankfully, the Lino's also got his flag up, and he is offside, but that was very, very poor. He was going about a mile a minute, and we still didn't catch up with him. This level is shocking. This is such a bad level. But anyway, doesn't matter. It's where we're starting. It's not going to be where we finish. We're going to finish as Champions League winners. Not with this club, but, us as a manager, we will. But I'm enjoying it. It is fun just playing in quite a poor level. I don't know. There's just something funny about what happens in the match engine. I thought he'd scored there, but it was just a substitute. I hate when that happens. For some reason, I knew it went over, but for some reason, a little part of me thought he'd scored. Haven't seen much of Gusev today. I wonder if the slight knock to him is just... I mean, he looks like an old man the way he's walking about at the minute. And when he does dart into the box there, could have whipped one in, but Gagliata has an effort. Unfortunately, goes wide. Does remain 2-0. It looks like we've been the better side. Look at the stats. We've absolutely dominated. Didn't score the most, and that is one thing I have noticed. We are creating plenty, but we're not very clinical, which is slightly worrying. But this isn't the final squad. This is obviously just what we've been able to put together mid-season. I think in January or in December, January, we should be good to put a better squad together once some players leave. Hopefully we can get that player on lots of money out of the club, because it's just a waste. Total waste. Hopefully we can do that as a promoted team though as well, and get a bit of a wage budget boost. But we do win 2-0. That does rock us up to 4th. Goal difference is looking healthy now. Points looking good, and we are very much in that playoff place push. Very good stuff. So we will come back for the second game against Lida, which is going to be a very, very important game. So for our second game of the episode, we are away to Lida. We've had to make a couple changes due to suspensions. Borisevic and Gagliata are both going to miss the next game because of yellow cards, I imagine. So Savchenko comes in at centre-back. Kurakitsky comes in at DM. And we've moved Agiv into a ball-winning role. A little bit disappointing, those, because this is a big game. As you can see, Lida haven't actually played their game in hand, so they are still, in theory, above us if they were to win that game in hand. Pinsk did actually drop points to second in the league, so if we were to win today, we would only just be 2 points behind them. So we'd look very, very good for that playoff push. Obviously, if we can beat Lida as well, we are looking good. But that is going to be a tough ask because these are a decent side. We're not a bad side, but with the suspensions, it may just make us slightly worse. We are in probably the informed team in the season, in the league, though. So I think even if we don't get promoted this year, I think next year we'd probably even win the league. We've been very good since we've come in. Obviously, it's taken a couple games to get going, but not that much, really. It's been a good start. One thing I've noticed when we do play any of the teams kind of at the top end, we struggle. We're just very consistently beating the teams below us, which is not too bad. I mean, that would probably be enough to get at least third if we were to do a full season, probably even get second. But I thought we were going to be going there. One thing, it's weird, we are actually a blue and white team, but I've seen us play in the away kit so many times. I think just a lot of teams around this league playing blue and white or blue. It's very, very odd. But they are the team that's coming ahead, Lida, who are playing in blue. They swing one in. Thankfully, it's gone wide of the mark. That was a little bit poor from us. Lost the ball far too many times there in that little highlight. It is what it is. A couple of players came, or one of that left back, the left winger we signed did come back on the bench for this game. Lida are looking good. They're looking the better side here. I am a little bit concerned. A loss here with a game in hand for them. It does make things very tough for getting into that third place position. But we'll see. We'll see. It's still 0-0. We haven't looked a good side, but it's still 0-0. We will bear with for the time being. 0-0 at halftime. I guess a draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but we really want to pick up points when they aren't. Do we bring Tartachuk on? We did sign him, but now I'm looking at him. I don't think he's that good. Kind of wishing I hadn't signed him on such a long deal. Might move him on next year. He's the only one I'm really regretting. Other than that, we need to get rid of this lad. How is he on 1.8 grand a week? He's terrible as well. We'll leave as is. I don't think we can really do much anyway, to be honest, with the subs we've got. But again, if we could win here, we get even just a 1-0. I don't care what we do, as long as we get a win. Ball in. Zherko doesn't get there. Cleared. And Roshev plays it back to Kirakitsky. Back to the centre-backs. We are looking a little bit under the cosh, and we've recycled all the way back to goalkeeper. Kirakitsky, good ball over the top. Zherko just not really the pace to get in behind, but does win the ball back. And we are moving it well. Good ball over the top to Shusha, who for some reasons tried to head it. I don't know why he wouldn't just take it on, let it bounce, just let it drop and take it with his foot. He's tried to head it round the goalkeeper. Crazy, crazy move. And the resultant corner, nothing going to come of it. But, I mean, that is crazy. A ball over the top. Not necessarily how we want to play, but if it works, you're not going to see me question it. I don't mind a ball over the top as long as it was well aimed. We do have another highlight, though. Zherko on the left-hand side whips in a ball. Big Gusev gets there. Big Goose puts it wide. We've looked better this second half. We've looked much better, but I mean, Gusev's been a big gunman off camera, but in front of you lot, he's been terrible. Seems like there's quite a strict suspension rule in this league. Savchenko takes the ball down well. Kirakitsky, he's played all right, to be fair, for someone who's not played a lot for us. He's done okay. He's moved the ball quite nicely. Susha looking for an option. He's been a good signing. Turns, finds the left back who plays in Zherko. Can he play in Gusev? He does. Is it onside? It is onside. The linesman was for some reason looking at the crowd. I think he's looking the wrong way, but Gusev gets there. That Goose gets us the goal to make it 1-0, which puts us just 2 points behind third place. If we could win this, we are looking very, very good for it. We've been much better this second half. We're not making any changes. Roshev will play into the ground. We do not care, but we are looking good. We are looking good. If we can keep up this momentum, keep up this winning run, we are very much going to be in that third place position. Agiv over the free kick goes for an effort, and it was not a bad effort at all. I really thought he was going to try and make a pass, but not a bad effort in the slightest. Does unfortunately hit the inside of the post and go out. Nothing comes of it, but we are looking good for this. If we can just hold on to this, This is a massive 3 points, 2 minutes of added time. Time is going down. And that's it, full time. Get in. Great result, 1-0 against it was an even game, but we were very improved second half. Good stuff. The Goose getting us the goal. The Goose making it 1-0. Lovely stuff from the Goose. And that does put us just 2 points behind Volnopinsk. Not a lot of games in this league, to be honest. There isn't a lot of games. What is it? Only 32 in total. So there's only 10 games left. We do play them pretty soon. That's got to be next episode. We will come back after just 3 games. We'll come back for Volnopinsk and Vitebsk, a very big top of the table clash. If we win those 2, I think we're good for third. I think we are good for third. So that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all for that episode of the European Journeyman very soon.